If I had to start a brand new SaaS or AI company from the very beginning today, knowing absolutely nothing, from scratch, having zero users, zero recognition, this is how I would do it. Most people think that you really just have to build a perfect product first, getting really good about the idea and then building product later. Now, that is wrong, and I'll tell you why. And it is most painful when you spend a lot of time and effort designing, coding, and testing, only for you to launch that product and nobody sees it. You know how that will feel, right? Now, I'm not talking about the advice you get from VCs or the growth hacking gurus. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down my entire step-by-step working system. We'll cover everything, starting with the crucial first week to building a minimal, lovable product in public, and then activate the simple growth engine that is built to scale from 0 users to 1,000 real paying customers. Exactly how I did it. Let's dive in. After helping founders grow their software companies, I found out that success has a repeatable blueprint, and it starts with a simple step that almost everyone ignores. If only you can stop focusing on building anything better. Instead, what you can do is you can try talking to people, asking questions, doing like a survey, question and answer review before you can even start building anything. It gives you a better and a wider grasp of what to build and how to build it. It's best to get the idea first, if that project is ever going to work in the first place or not, and then you proceed to build it. This is what most builders do not get right, because at the end of the day, if you fail to do it this way, you will end up building something that really nobody is going to like or use. Now, like I said before, I'm going to be sharing my step-by-step working system. Step number 1. Content that build in public. The old way of doing this is build and then hope, but the new and the modern way is talk and then build. The easiest way to do this is, I call it the front door test. Now, what do I mean? Make a simple web page that describes your solution and offer a special early bird price to the first in line. This is a fake door. Then you share this web page where your dream customers are, like a specific LinkedIn group, a Reddit community, or on social media like Twitter or Instagram. Your only job is to see if they will try to open the door by clicking the link that will take them to your webpage. Now, if they can do this, then you know that they are interested. Now, this is the online method and also the old way of doing it. It is the slowest of them all, and I'll tell you why. When I first started, I used to do it like this. I would post 3 to 5 times in a day and then come back later in the evening and get no views or no engagement at all. And frankly, this is very frustrating. And instead of focusing on the idea of the product, I started studying the algorithm. Now, I'm talking about looking for videos on how to grow your social medias, how to make your posts go viral, how to get more followers. Now, I keep watching videos over and over again telling me different things, and that cost me about a year of the time I would have used to get real customers with real problems. And honestly, it was a very long process following this method, because you basically need to have enough explanation and a more concise description about the idea before they even think of clicking the link. And since everything today is a scam online, if they ever happen to find your page, they might even think that you're trying to scam them by sending them links. But this is what I would do instead if I had to start over again today. This is what I didn't know earlier, and that is, instead of posting links to random people, you need to find at least 10 to 50 specific people manually, either by going to specific conferences, seminars, or meeting people directly who might have the problem that you want to solve. Not just random people who would just say, oh, that's a cool idea, or that is great, but people who would actually want and want to pay for a solution that doesn't even exist yet, which is your app. Now, you might be wondering, how do I actually find the most influential people in a room to talk to it? Now, let me share with you a simple trick which has helped a lot of people. Now, you want to observe closely everyone and their behavior. You don't want to look for the loudest person in the room, but you want to look for someone who other people are happy to see. Watch closely who gets the hug or the big smiles when they walk into the room. that person is usually very well connected and respected. They are the perfect person to start up a conversation about your idea. Now, let's say you've gotten them on a call. Your first job is to grab their attention as quick as possible. To achieve this, you need just a one-line sentence explanation of your idea that should make them curious to know more. For example, instead of saying I build analytics websites or software, you could say something like we show you the exact person visiting your website, not just the company. Now, do you see the difference between those two? One is boring and the other solves a specific problem. Once you have their attention, then you can start asking specific questions. Now, what kind of questions do you actually ask? Here are 6 most important questions to ask in this order. Number 1 question: do you understand the problem that I'm trying to solve? You're asking them this question to check if your ideas make sense to them. Number 2 question is, do you have the problem that I'm trying to solve? This question is meant to see if it's relevant to them or not. Number 3, how do you solve it right now? 4, if I could give you a solution tomorrow, would you pay for it? Number 5, what else would the solution need to have in order for you to pay for it? And lastly, number 6, I'm thinking of charging X dollars per month. Does that seem fair to you? Now, this question is to validate your price. Now, these questions are necessary to help you understand their real problems. Your job is to listen so closely that you can build the perfect solution for them. Now, after you've conquered this and you've gotten the right answers that you need, you can now proceed to directing them to your website, giving them a clear information to reach out to you easily. Note this, you should only build the smallest, simplest version of your product that solves the particular problem. If it takes longer than 6 weeks, you'll probably be doing too much. Your first version does not need to be perfect. It just needs to solve that one person's problem. Why does this work? It removes all the guesswork, which means you are not basically assuming what people want, but instead what you're doing is you're getting more information about what people want, use, and would pay for. Here's the big secret: at the very start, you want to start doing everything manually. Yes, manually. Because if you want real customers' feedback, then you should start by meeting real people, hear their frustrations and their wow moments directly. That method keeps you incredibly close to your customers. Trust me, you'd learn things that you'd never had discovered with automation, and you can iterate 10 times faster than your competitors that are trying to automate everything. You can launch months earlier, start getting real users' feedback immediately, and build exactly what people will want. How do you know when you build something that people actually want and love? Look for these 3 clear signals. Number 1, your customer will bring new friends to you. You get at least 1 referral from a paying user every week. And 2, your product becomes very essential. And 3, it grows on its own. You need to see new signups coming in even when you're not doing any marketing. Now, if you don't have all 3 checked, you do not have product market fit yet. Do not try to scale. Do not spend on ads. Focus only on finding this fit, because nothing else would work until you do. Product market fit generally equals strong words of mouth. And here's what strong words of mouth actually look like. People will start sharing your product on social media without you asking. They brag about using it, new prospects reaching out to you, customers make their own videos or post about you, which drives new signups. All this begin to happen automatically, so much that if you stop all efforts, your product will keep growing regardless. Now, that's the ultimate goal, and this step alone will save you a year of wasted time. On to the next step, which is content. LinkedIn content is the foundation to the magic triangle. Today, building a strong personal brand on LinkedIn is one of the fastest ways to grow a startup. Why? Because personal profile grow much faster and gets more attention than company pages. When you share your content as a real person, it creates a genuine human connection, but with hundreds or thousands of people. Now, this is like having a free and trusted ads. Over time, potential customers start to feel like they know you. When they trust you, they are much likely to listen when you talk about what you're building. The strategy as a founder should be to post at least 3 times a week. This is essential for making this system work. For your content, focus on 3 main themes. One of mine is building in public, which means I share my real journey, including the actual numbers and the honest lessons. Now, not just the highlights. You need to find your own passion, or you can just copy mine. This strategy works for me because I'm brutally honest. Now, I share my wins and my failures, what works for me and what I have experienced so far. And always remember the choices. Be clear, consistent, and constantly reinforce it. Be clear about who you are, be consistent with that story, and constantly reinforce it. This makes you more authentic and relatable. And the more relatable your message is, the more it's going to cut through. Why does this beat big companies? It's because they have to sound like former brands every time, and your real human story is an advantage they can't copy. Now, on to the last and the third and the last step, which is outreach. Outreach converts those warm website visitors into customers, and retargeting brings back the people who weren't ready to buy yet. You can reach out to those people, but now your message should not be like a cold sale pitch. Make it a warm invitation. You could say something like, "Hey," and then your name. "I saw you were interested in then you call their interest. I'm building your solution, or whatever solution you are building for people like them." And it has helped similar people, or similar people in their company get results, or get this specific results. Now, could I get your take on it for like 15 minutes? Now, notice the difference, right? Now, you're speaking not as a stranger, but a fellow builder asking for advice. This loop sharing, nurturing a community, and reaching out personally creates a compounding effect that brings its consistent users. You need to focus on these 2 types of outreach. One is the targeted outreach, where you only reach out to your ideal customer profiles. And the second is following up on people who have already visited your website and shown interest. Now, here are the 2 strategies on how to reach out to people. Number 1 is executing email outreach at scale. For your email to work at scale, you need a solid technical setup. This includes using specialized sending tools and maintaining a clean sender's reputation with list verification. A key tactic is domain rotation, which is using email sending domains to protect your deliverability and ensure that your email lands on the primary inbox, not spam. Your email copy should be simple. Clearly state the problem you solve and tell them exactly what to do. The next one is human-led LinkedIn strategy. On LinkedIn, use your ideal customers and website visitor lists. Start by connecting with at least 10 to 20 relevant people every single day. Now, how do you do this? You can start by sending connection requests without a message. Here, the chance of getting accepted is very high, and once they accept, you wait for a signal, like them liking your post and then sending a friendly soft message to start a conversation. Now, the goal on LinkedIn is to build a relationship, not to sell anything. This is so that you can earn a sales call later. But be careful with automation tools though, as their overuse can risk your account. Combining email and LinkedIn strategy is very powerful because you can reach out to the same person but across different platforms, which builds familiarity even faster. Now, some people prefer email while others will respond on LinkedIn. So this way you cover both areas. Now let's recap on the 2026 blueprint. Step number 1, which I mentioned, is validate with a fake door approach before you even build. And step number 2, you build an MVP and work manually. And lastly, you launch your authenticity loop with public content, a tight community, and human outreach. This part is about speed and learning. over perfection. Your goal is not to build a flawless product in the dark. It's to find the right people who need what you're making as fast as possible and grow with them. So if this was helpful, smash the like button because it tells YouTube that this video has been so much helpful, so they will show it to more founders. And subscribe to my channel. Next week, I'm breaking down the exact LinkedIn templates which I personally use. Thank you for staying to this point, and I'll see you in my next video.